Hello, and welcome to my week ahead report for the 21st through to the 27th of August 2023. All right, so this week we've got some big shifts and changes. We've got the Sun moving into Virgo, we've got Mars moving into Libra, we've got Venus coming back from out behind the Sun, and Mercury goes retrograde. So we've got lots of things happening this week. All right, let me share my screen. All right. So now, Monday morning when we wake up, we have got the moon in Libra being ruled by Venus retrograde. Now, we also have this, the sun opposing Saturn starting to really really take effect. I mean, it's still wide, but I mean, I know I'm definitely feeling it. What else do we have? We also have the moon opposing Chiron during the day and also coming up to conjunct the South Node. What does that mean? Okay, well, we could be experiencing actual physical hurts, or, our emotions are reminiscing on previous emotional, spiritual pain. So anyway, there's a feeling of ouch in the air. Okay, so now our vitality is probably a low as well, because we've got Mars, our planet of vitality, in Virgo opposing Neptune. So things, and with Mercury station and slow, also opposing Neptune, things could just be a little bit distorted, and we're just foggy and out of focus. So all of these things put together is that we want to do really good, but we've got things that are just holding us back. We're looking for balance, but we're remembering pain. Or, like I said, we could be actually feeling pain. Now, Saturn rules the bones, the knees, the teeth. So like I said, I know I'm feeling it. My knees playing up and my teeth are hurting, which they never do. So, this is just a heads up. This could be something that is coming through in a physical manifestation as well. Okay, so let's have a look at Tuesday. Pop this onto days. All right, so we are going into Tuesday morning. All right, Tuesday morning at 9:22, the moon moves into Scorpio. And you know that means emotionally we're going to be going deep. All right, now, it is the moon, when the moon is in Scorpio, later on in the day, or maybe even on Wednesday morning, we're going to have that moon opposing Jupiter in Taurus. All right, so we might need to, there's a bit of an all or nothing type of vibe. So we might need to just refrain somehow from promising too much, or trying to do too much, when, like I said, Mars opposing Neptune is zapped our energy. So don't be going, oh, I can do all the things, when you're likely going to be feeling the feels, and you could get frustrated very easily. All right, now we've got, so on Tuesday, the moon is going to be at 29 degrees of Leo. So like I was saying for yesterday, we could be getting to that point of the year where we want to express ourselves entirely. We're mentally wanting to create things and, be on stage and do the things, yet we're like, we're a little bit tired. So if that is the case and there is tension, another thing that is happening today is Venus is going to square Jupiter. So, in a nutshell, this is saying no. All right. It is also opposing Hygeia, which is our health and well-being asteroid. So all the things are, you're going to be going deep. So say no, try to restrict your, your expending energy, because, woo up on your social calendar. Do the things that are good for your soul and your mind. Just, again, draw back on the energy. You're going to be deep. Just calm down, slow down, and process stuff. All right, we've got Mercury trine Uranus. There's going to be interesting conversations. It is opposing Neptune, we could, like I said earlier, be foggy in our experience. So these conversations, the trine to Pluto is actually going to be helpful for us to clear the fog and gain some clarity. But it does take us saying no to, all of the external stimulation that we've got, staying put a little bit and allowing ourselves to go deep into a situation so we can just sort of understand it a little bit more. Now, at the same time, we have Venus returning to the morning star sky. So that just means, like last Sunday, we had the Cazimi where Venus was in the middle of the sun. So now she's coming out the other side. So you can go out in the early morning dawn and probably see her in the morning, depending on where you're at. But how does this affect Venus? She has made her realizations. She's had that period of quiet and reflection. She's still retrograde until the 4th of September, but she's coming out the other side, and she has got confidence, and she is self-assured. She's more goal-driven. She's more willing to take a chance and a risk so that she can achieve her realizations. She's done a lot of self-reflection. There's been a lot of realizations made, and now she is more decisive. And even if she doesn't 100% know which way she's going, she knows that she wants to be doing that. So Tuesday is going to be a great day. Okay, so let's move forward to Wednesday. All right, now, okay, so Wednesday we have some unsettling energy, all right? And it's just because we are deep, all right? So the moon in Scorpio, deep down, going into those hidden recesses of our soul, is squaring Venus, all right? So like I said, Venus is just coming out the other side. The moon is, there you go. The moon is opposing Jupiter at 3 p.m. on Wednesday, and that square to Venus is at 2 p.m. All right, so there is a definite no, let's not do these things because I have an understanding and I'm going to be moving through things. Being a new experience, possibly, there might be that discomfort and uncertainty, which is the conundrum of she's more certain of where she wants to go, but maybe not 100% sure on the details. Now, later on in the day, we have the sun moving into Virgo. So, we're going to be able to go into that clarity mindset where we are more willing to analyze and, look at our thought processes, Mercury, and, be more disconcerting with what we are willing to put our energy towards. Okay, so this was Wednesday. So like I said, the sun moves into Virgo at 7 p.m. So now one thing I didn't say is that Mars opposition Neptune happens at 6 a.m. So as you can see, the fog clears with the Mars opposition in the morning. And so by 7 p.m., we are able to go from that Leo mindset where we're all concerned with, the matters of the heart, creativity, romance, children, having fun, and we move into that practical mindset of Virgo. Now, that was 7 p.m. So let's move forward to Thursday, where at 6 a.m., Mercury, which is now ruling the sun, goes retrograde. All right. See, we are much more willing to go back over the details. So much analysis and practical application to the things that we think are important. All right. Now, we are going to be also able to review our health principles. How are we serving ourselves and others to the best of our ability and without expending too much energy for other people? Like I said, it's a energy in time. It's like an inhalation. The biorhythms go up and down. Leo was very out and expressive. Virgo is inwards. And with Mercury retrograde, we are going to be very reflective. Okay, so it's a time to get organized, detailed orientated. What are our routines? Do you need a basic health overhaul? Do you need to go and have a healthcare checkup? Do you need to look at your diet and exercise? Maybe create a new routine if you don't already have one. Now, Mars still being in Virgo, you might be able to find where does your drive lay? Right now, at the end of the week, Mars is going to move into Libra, where he's going to be seeking more balance. So maybe if we spend this time, these couple of days between Thursday and Sunday, trying to figure out what healthcare exercise routine we actually want to do. All right. So now with Mercury retrograde, the next couple of weeks are going to be spent reviewing information that we have already laid our eyes on once. Okay, so the shadow started on the 4th of August. This is now the 24th of August. So in these last couple of weeks, we have addressed things and we're going to be going back over those things again. Now, I'll have more on Mercury retrograde later on, but just know that it started and it's time to think and go over any details and review all of your processes. Okay, so let's have a look at Friday. Okay, so Friday, also the moon moved into Sagittarius at around 7 p.m. on Thursday night. All right, so we wake up with the sun in Virgo, Mercury retrograde, the moon in Sagittarius. All right. Now, the sun is also getting closer to that opposition to Saturn, and we are starting to realize we're starting to become aware of the repercussions of our efforts in the last 6 months. All right. Now, if you have been putting in the effort and doing the work, you're going to be able to acknowledge that you have done a job well done. All right. You're going to have the moon in Sagittarius, looking at the bigger picture and going, oh my God, I have been putting in the effort, and here I am able to start seeing the rewards coming my way. Now, in the same sentence, this period may be where you get to go, actually, I'm not as far down the road as I thought I was going to be. Let's have a look at the steps that I have done so far. All right, Mercury retrograde. Let's have a look back at what we've been doing, and maybe we can start making adjustments. Now, you don't have to make adjustments instantly, but just acknowledging that you're not where you thought you would be is enough of a start for you to go, all right, let's review the plans. Okay. And if you didn't have a plan, then maybe that's part of the problem. All right. So now back to Friday in general. So trust your intuition, because your perception at this time is 100%. All right. Don't listen to anyone that is opposing you. All right. So the sun opposing Saturn, there could be some sort of authority that, they might not have the same values as you. I mean, obviously this could also be a time where you do take the advice of authority if you respect them and they have the same type of principles as you. Saturn's in Pisces, this is our spirituality, it's our subconscious. It's, it's not everybody's going to have the same values as you. So it could be, that sun square moon tension, or it could be you're getting good advice from people that you admire. All right. So now there's also the Mars starting a trine, which is helpful to Pluto. So there's also a trine to Uranus. So just be careful that you have options for an outlet, because there could be some frustrations that go atomic. So if you start to feel that tension rise and you're starting to get angry, have a physical outlet rather than a mental or verbal outburst. Okay, so let's move into Saturday. All right, beautiful. Now, Saturday, we have still got the Sagittarius moon, but in the morning, all right, so there's quite a few moon aspects today, which could cause some excitable energy. All right, so we have the moon square Mercury, now retrograde in Virgo. We have the moon in conjunct, so tension and adjustment required, to Uranus. Now, Mercury and Uranus are talking to each other. That moon in Sag is like, I have this understanding what mental adjustments do you need to make? Now, we also have it's square to Neptune. All right. So, there's that whole, your understanding and, the fog is clearing. There could be, heightened understanding clearing. How do you, spiritual aha moments, maybe changing your whole thought process. All right. So it's Mercury, Uranus, all of up here, your understanding is going, you're able to change your trajectory because of the new views that you could be perceiving. Oh, okay. I know that was long-winded, but so make sure that you know what you're talking about if you're speaking. And if you don't understand what's being said to you, then ask questions. So very important. All right. It's a time to, like I was saying earlier, it's a time to accept where you're at and, receive the credit if you have been doing the hard work, or make amends and change your things. So yeah, okay. So now interestingly enough, both Mars and Venus have no connections at this time up until the 29th of August. All right, so all the connections that they have had are separating. All right, so Mars and Venus are able to stay in their own headspace, in their, what signs they're in. They're doing their own work right now. So there's a couple of days here where it's all Mercury and the sun rather than those two personal planets, Mars and Venus. So, take the emotion out of it and, just sit still. We've got, we don't have that drive. Mars is just sort of, he's at the end of Virgo. He's just about to change signs. So he's sitting and thinking about all the things that he's been doing in the last, his experience of Mars in Virgo. So, yeah, it's all the thinky stuff. Now, that's with the moon in Sag. Now, the moon goes into Capricorn at 11 p.m. on Saturday night. So now when we wake up on Sunday morning, so Sunday is sort of going to be like a day of reckoning. It's actually going to be awesome. There's going to be a lot of self-realizations. There's going to be a lot of determination in your own mindset. There'll be changes, shifts and changes in, what direction you are choosing to take. Okay. Now, the Sun opposition Saturn is at 6 p.m. So, it's all about steady accomplishment. All right. Now, we also have the moon in Capricorn is trine Jupiter. So here's more of this understanding coming your way. All right. And it is also in conjunct, the moon in Capricorn is in conjunct Venus in Leo. So what of the Venus lessons do you need to take to heart to make sure that your process and your determination moving forward comes into play? Now, next week, we have Venus, like I was saying, Venus is making no aspects. We have had the last 10 weeks of Venus and our emotional state, or our state of love and connection, being bumped and shifted and changed. Right now, we've just got this, okay, what emotional adjustment do I need to make so that I'm feeling more confident with the plans that I am making moving forward? All right. So there's a lot of, practical realizations, and that helps when, okay, sorry, I'll move to Sunday. Like I said, we wake up on Sunday with the moon in Capricorn. All right. So when the sun opposes Saturn, Saturn's ruling the moon. All right. So there's a spotlight is on the effort that you have put in. All right. Now, Virgo is all about analyzing. Pisces is all about, these long held subconscious stories that we tell ourselves. All of the things that we're going through at the moment are allowing us to make adjustments, set new plans, be responsible for our actions, choose to acknowledge the hard stories and move past them. We're either releasing the past with ease, or we are making adjustments in the present story with those things so that we can move forward on this new path. All right. So like I was saying, Sunday, it's a great day to just hear and change. Okay. So now 11:20 p.m. Mars moves into Libra. Now I will talk more about that in the following week, because it's Sunday night that it changes. But Mars in Libra is diplomatic, charming, cooperative, but it can also be passive aggressive, conflict avoidance. So it doesn't actually want to rev itself up. Mars is very driven, but maybe in Libra, it's like a little bit too over people pleasing. So, Mars it's in detriment, which means it doesn't like being in Libra. So it wasn't that great in Virgo. It was good in Virgo, but it wasn't at its optimal efficiency. So, it's going to become very strategic, which Mars loves. So, maybe grab all of these things, your pens and papers, write down a plan, write down your recent learnings. We're going to be moving into a place next week, and the full moon in Pisces next week, where we can also, make these spiritual adjustments. The full moon is going to be showing us parts of ourselves that we, maybe haven't realized for a while. So I'll stop my share, come back to, saying thank you to you if you have made it this far. Now, this weekend, being the 26th and 27th, I am actually at Metaphysical Launceston at 222 Wellington Street, Launceston, where you can come and have a personal reading with myself or any of the other readers doing the Once in a Blue Moon festival, which is so exciting. It's going to be amazing. So yeah, you can reach out to Karen at Metaphysical Launceston to make a booking if you would like, or you can, message me and we can pop you in. But it's going to be a great day or a great weekend with lots of amazing readers. And, you can also come and find me at Lifetime to Level Up on Facebook, which is a closed group, which is a daily astrology guidance with an amazing group of like-minded people who are all willing to do the work on this journey that we called life. So until then, you can also find me at bridgetsastrology.com.au. And yep, have a great week, full of shish and changes, but there's always going to be more great things coming. So until next week, thanks so much, and I will see you then.